Okay, good morning and welcome to our quick little review lesson on solving two-step equations today. Okay, so if you have me for class, on one side we have an opener. We are going to add one problem to our opener today, and the other side is going to be our assignment for today. Okay, so our opener gives us a review of how to solve two-step equations. So let's remind ourselves. Number one, remember what we're trying to do is solve for x and figure out what value it has, okay? And so what we want to do is we want to separate our two sides so we know what we're trying to undo. So remember, in a two-step equation here, what we're trying to do, number one, is we're trying to undo add or subtract. All right, so we're trying to undo something by adding or subtracting. And number two, our second step is we're trying to undo something by multiplying or dividing. All right, so keeping that in mind, this is what we do. All right, we're going to separate this, and our variable is on this side, and our numbers are over on the other side. There's no variables over here. So this is the side that we're trying to undo some things, okay? And so we're trying to undo the 3 and the 5. Well, our first is to undo an add or a subtract. So some people think, okay, it says plus 5x. But what this really means is plus 5 times x. So that's our times that we're going to undo. So we have to start with undoing this 3. Well, the opposite of a positive 3 would be a negative 3 or minus 3. So that's where we start. So we're going to minus 3 on this side as well, okay, to keep it balanced. So we're going to bring down 5x. And negative 47 minus 3 more is going to give us negative 50. Now we can undo this multiplication. So to undo multiplication, we divide by 5 here, cancel it out, divide by 5 here, and negative 50 divided by 5 gives us negative 10. And that's our answer. Okay, hopefully that is a good review. Let's try another one that is similar but with different numbers. Okay, the next one, again, our variable is on the left side over here. So this is the side then, and there's no variables over here. So we're going to try to undo everything over here. So our first thing is we're going to try to undo an add or a subtract. Again, it looks like we want to undo minus 8, but this 8 is right next to the x. So that's a multiply in there. So that's what we're going to undo when we do that one. So we want to start by undoing this 3. So the opposite of 3 again would be negative or minus 3. Do that on both sides to keep it balanced. This side cancels. So now when we bring this down, this minus sign becomes a negative on the 8. So negative 8x equal negative 53 minus 3 more gives us negative 56. And then now we can undo the multiplication here by dividing by negative 8 here. Divide by negative 8 over here. And remember, a negative divided by a negative is going to give us a positive 7 now. And that's what we get. All right, next question then. You notice in the next question that there's a fraction in there right away, so you know there's going to be something different. But we start in the same way, and our steps are really the same. We're going to undo add and subtract first, and undo a multiply or divide second. So splitting this up, our variables are over here, and there's no variables on this side, so we're going to undo these two numbers. We're going to undo a negative 5 and a 3. So in this case, remember, a fraction means division. So this part is second. That means I'm going to start by undoing this negative 5. Well, to undo a negative number, we're going to add or do a positive number. So that cancels. And we have to do it on this side as well. So we bring down x over 3, which means x divided by 3. Negative 8 plus 5 gives us negative 3 on this side. Okay, to undo division, we now multiply by 3, and that will cancel that out. But we have to multiply by 3 on this side to keep it balanced, giving us our final answer. Negative times a positive gives us negative 9 for our final answer on this one. Okay, number 4. you notice right away that this guy looks different. And it's because if you split this up, right? Our variable is now on the other side. That's okay. There's no variables over here. So all that means is we're going to undo the numbers that are on this side. So we're going to undo the 7 and we're going to undo the 4. So which one comes first though? Well, remember this 4 and the x are right next to each other. So there's a hidden time sign, meaning that's going to be second. Okay. So that means we're going to undo a negative 7. The opposite would be to add that, to undo it. Well, we have to add it on this side as well. So 21 plus 7 is 28 equals, and remember this minus sign, when we drop this down now becomes a negative 4x. And now we can undo that times by dividing by negative 4 on this side. And we want to divide by negative 4 on this side to get our answer. And now it looks backwards, but that's okay. 28 divided by negative 4 is negative 7. And that's our answer. That is really the same as writing it this way. It says the same thing. Okay, the one I wanted you to add to your paper today is this: negative 9 plus x equal negative 21. So there's really two ways to think about this. You can think about it as a one-step equation, which we started with, or if your brain is in the mode of doing two steps, what you can do is realize that an x without a number really has a hidden 1 in front of it, okay? And you can write that in. Now it looks like all the ones we've been doing. So you can split this up just like you've been doing all the other ones, realizing that x's are on this side and this side doesn't have any. So we have to undo now a negative 9 and the 1. Well, the 1's right next to the x, so that's a times. And so we're going to do that second. We're going to undo the negative 9 first. So we're going to add 9 to this side. Okay, so we're going to drop 1x. And now negative 21 plus 9 is going to give us negative 12. And then we are going to undo our times here by dividing by 1, right? And when we divide something by 1, we just get the same thing. So x equal negative 12. And that's how we do a question like that. If our brain is in that mode and we can't think of a one-step equation, you can make it into a two-step by adding that 1. Okay, hopefully you find this helpful for your assignment today. The other side is all two-step equations like we're practicing. So your job is to finish that side today. If you have questions, please feel free to email me or to see me later, and I will do my best to help you out. Have a great day.